in talking about the invite process and specifically very important on the forming process that we tend to overlook many a times because we're rushing to hit success level. And my friends, I will tell you that if we miss that part, we have missed the boat. Completely missed the boat. Because this business is about forming relationships. And we want to ensure that when we invite, we're inviting with purpose. So I hope that you will have a notebook and a pen and that you are ready to absorb amazing information. So with that, I want to turn it over to you to Star Diamond, Ivy Morales, and her husband, Diamond Coach, Carlos Morales. The floor is yours.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for having us on the call tonight.
Nice.
All right. So, well, thank you.
I guess we'll start with introducing ourselves, giving a little quick, fast who we are. And I'm just going to start off. I guess I was like 25 to 30 pounds overweight before I started.
And I was like over 20 pounds overweight. And I used P90X back in 2011 to challenge myself to get back in the best shape of my life. And I was tired. I was sick and tired of not feeling comfortable about me and my self-esteem. I had a very low self-esteem. So as a result, to do the P90X, I got amazing transformation. But not only that, I was able to lose the 20 pounds, but I was healthy. I was healed. I was more energetic. I felt more confident. And I was able to stop taking medication for a pituitary tumor that I had. So that was a blessing to me.
Yeah, and me, for those that don't know me, so after I started seeing her results with P90X, I decided to jump into Insanity. There I lost like 27 pounds in a 60-day period and got in the shape that I'm in right now. I've been able to keep it off. And I don't know if you can connect with this or maybe relate with this, but I love food and I like to use it in a social environment. And that's the reason why I became a coach, so I can stay accountable.
Yes, and I was excited. Well, I got into coaching after my first 60 days of doing P90X because I wanted to help other people achieve what I did. I remember seeing an old friend of mine, Arelis Corona, on Facebook with her P90X shirt. And by seeing her, I really got excited. Like I saw her maybe 2 years prior to me becoming a coach and doing P90X. And I started following her. And indirectly, she was inviting me already to what she was already doing. And I saw it, I acted on it, and became a coach through her.
Yeah, and I immediately followed her and followed my wife into becoming a coach.
And I tell you, it has been the best decision that we ever made. Do you agree, baby?
I agree.
Has been the best.
I agree.
thing.
So that was a quick, introduction of us, so that if those that didn't know us, that's what, a little bit about us. And today what we're going to be talking about is the top. I'm going to look at it like this. We're going to look at invite, but I'm going to twist it a little bit. And I'm going to talk about 10 points people really make mistakes in the invite process. And we're going to talk about how to avoid them. So grab a pen and paper. And when we talk about any subject, we like to simplify. I'm a systems guy and my wife likes to amplify. So I want you to take notes. If you don't have nothing to write with right now, go and get it.
Yes, go get it, guys.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds. That's it.
Done. After the 5 seconds.
All right. So.
Well, then after giving you and sharing with you some of the things that coaches don't do in the invitation process, we will be able to talk about, how to stop making mistakes over and over again. And the number one thing that coaches tend to do, and that's something that I can relate because I did that many times myself, is prejudging. Number one is prejudging. We tend to prejudge people because we are so connected to the outcome. And until you don't disconnect from the outcome, then you will feel afraid of inviting people because you're already assuming that, oh, well, maybe they can do it, or maybe they cannot afford it, or maybe this is not for them, or I'm not going to talk to this person because they don't believe me. It's just so many assumptions that does not allow you to be open to invite people.
Yeah. And for me to simplify exactly what she said, I want you to look at it. Everybody knows and is familiar with the phrase assume, right? That just makes you an ass out of you and me. So what I don't want you to do is assume what somebody wants. The first thing that we do before we invite is take a look at who we're going to invite. Do not prejudge. That is the first mistake people make. And they jump right into an assumption of what that person may say or may not say. I want you to get yourself out of the way and do not prejudge. Let the conversation flow. So that's something that I want you to go just pre-program that in your head, that there is no outcome to this call or to that meeting until you actually do it. So disconnect from that.
Right. So moving on to number 2, fear of opening a conversation. How many times you have been in front of a person or a group of people and you, instead of smiling, because smiling is a great way to start a conversation, instead of making eye contact, you look down or you look away or you stay on your phone. Instead of like opening up and just saying hello or just trying to make eye contact with that person in front of you so that you can start a conversation. It doesn't have to be about Beachbody.
Right. When it comes to fear is overcome by taking action. And until you take action, you're never, ever going to know if you're going to be good at inviting. So when it comes to picking up the phone, and sometimes people feel like the phone is heavy and they don't want to bring it to their ear because they don't want to see what people are going to say about them, what the outcome is going to be, like we said before. I want you to get your fear and turn that into action, because that's how we're going to stump fear. And we're talking about these points because it is necessary for you to understand that before you go into contacting and talking to someone, you got to be in a relaxed state of mind. You cannot be in an anxious state of mind, a fearful state of mind, because people can sense that. As she said, smile. Be in a place where you feel comfortable. Until you feel that way, I would suggest that you don't contact somebody until you feel like you're relaxed and ready to talk. Okay? So do whatever it is that you got to do to get yourself hyped up. If you got to listen to your best song before you talk to somebody, if you got to like put some music on that really pumps you up, I don't know, do flips, do cartwheels, whatever it is that gets you in the zone, that's what you got to do.
I'm going to put it easier for them. They can drink E&E before they make that contact. That's it. Yep. That's it. They got it right there. Some E&E. Problem solved. All right, moving on to number 3, the intent of the initial contact. Don't go right into inviting into a challenge group. If you have friends or even new people that are starting to follow in you, try to make a conversation, a casual conversation, especially in social media. We tend to be in social media more than anything else nowadays. So we want to invite everybody to come to be part of the challenge, but how you will know if that person will be open to that invitation if you don't make a different way of contact them, not asking how they're doing or how's the family doing, or something that will take you to that route so that you can initiate the initial contact.
You know what? This is what I'm going to share. I'm going to share the secret.
Oh, there's a secret?
There's a secret.
Okay.
I know everybody has said, what is the secret to inviting? And I know that I'm going to share this with you. And I want you to really, really pay attention. Don't miss this. I want you to pay attention. This is the exact phrase that you're going to use. It's, how are you doing?
Really?
Yeah.
That's simple?
Yeah. It's just that simple. How are you doing? And that is exactly how you're going to start a conversation. So, the intent in you talking to someone is going to be to make a friend. And if it's somebody you already know, is to re-engage with them. If you know them from a while ago, is to reconnect and reminisce and get in that conversation you guys used to have or gals used to have. If you know somebody as an acquaintance, it's time for you to get to know them. The initial intent, the initial contact should never be to do a direct invite into a challenge group. It should be to get to know that person first before you invite. And that's a way to avoid you going in with an intent of straight up putting product in their face. Nobody wants to do that. I am sure that you don't like it when somebody calls you on the phone, like a telemarketer or something, and it's the same as you sending a text or a message of just, here, buy my product. That's so uncomfortable, so unprofessional, and that's not what you want to look like to anyone.
And that helps also to avoid rejection.
Yes.
Being rejected, because some people are afraid of getting rejected, and that helps to avoid that.
Yep.
So number 4 is not using the 5 steps invitation guide of the script. I'm gonna tell you like this, Ivy style. At the beginning, I wanted to do it my way. And because I was doing it my own way and not following the 5 steps invitation process, my bank account was looking empty because my ego was not allowing me to follow directions.
Yeah.
And like Danny Johnson said, if your ego is bigger than your bank account, there are a lot of things you have to change. And I had to really pay attention to that and start following religiously until today the 5 steps invite. And if I don't do it, one day that I don't do it, babe, I don't close anybody.
Yeah,
like I don't sound attractive.
That's the day to struggle. And let me tell you, if you do not follow the 5-step invitation process, it's like you saying that you're going to go and let's say that you're going to your day job and you're not going to do things by the policies and the things set forth in your company. In your enterprise as a coach, there is a system, and it's simplified down to 5 steps. Don't reinvent the wheel. What I suggest is that you put your personality into every step, but try not to change the wording too much, but put your personality into it, okay? Because some people like to say, hey, that's awesome. Some people don't like that. Some people like to say, hey, that's cool. So whatever sounds like you is what you need to plug into the 5-step process. If you change the meaning of every paragraph in there, then you're already reinventing the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. Have the same meaning coming out of each paragraph or each invitation step. And if you use a system, you will get the same result over and over and over and over. If you don't, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be what we call winging it. And you do not want to be winging this, because you want a steady paycheck. You don't want a check coming only this week and then the next week nothing, and then the next week something, and then the next week nothing. So the invitation process is simplified. Follow the 5-step process and you will avoid, I would say, issues and at the same time objections.
And time.
Yes, and save time. A lot of time.
Yes. So moving on to number 5, and I know this is your topic right here. Not using form. And I know a lot of you have heard your coach, training, Danny Johnson, Beachbody, and everybody else who's doing this business talk about form. The importance about knowing what they're doing, knowing more about that person, right?
Yes, yes. So, I mean, let me just dive right into it. So when it comes to form, I want you to write it down. I want you to write the acronym form, and I want you to write it in a vertical way. So F on one line, and then the next line, O, and then R, and then M. All right. The letter F represents family. So write it out, family. The letter O represents occupation. The letter R, recreation. And the letter M is message. All right, so explaining how this works, and I want you to promise everybody else that you know in your family and everybody in the team that you're not going to use this as a weapon for your own gain. A lot of people may use this for their own gain. I don't want you to ever use this because it's very powerful, and I don't want you to use this for the wrong reasons. So in this training, you're really going to gain the basics of basic, advanced. You see how that's kind of contradicting, but it's really basic training, but it's advanced type of human communication, because a lot of people miss this because they like to go right to the point. But if you miss form, you miss the entire bus. You will be left behind in the whole process. So digging right into it. When you're doing the 5-step invitation process and you're in step number 2, this is where most people walk in and start doing form. So you can either do it that way, or you can do it before you stop the 5-step invitation process. Either way you do it, you need to do it before step 3 in the 5-step invitation process, okay? So form is what we use to connect with someone. So let's just say, for example, that you have reconnected with an old friend. And if you reconnected with an old friend, we can do a little bit of role playing here with my wife. And we can get into, if I reconnect with a friend, this is the way that conversation is going to go. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
Man, I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been like 7 years.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So what do you do right now?
Well, right now I'm home with my kids.
You're home with your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How long have you been doing that?
For the past 2 years.
2 years? Did you used to work before that?
I did.
Yeah, where?
At a bank.
At a bank?
Yeah, and things happened. They laid me off.
Oh, wow, you got laid off? Wow.
Yes, I did.
What did you like about working at that bank?
The clients.
The clients? What about them?
They were friendly. They were very friendly with me. They used to bring me chocolate and food.
Oh, they were nice people.
Yeah, I love them.
Oh, wow.
But I had to go. They let me go.
What didn't you like about it?
Man, the people.
What
They
do you
didn't
mean?
want to pay me more. I used to go to work, and the people were so grouchy and moody, and they didn't even want to be there. They were just basically working for a paycheck. And I was just like, I don't want to deal with this drama. But anyway, they...
So you didn't like to deal with the drama at work?
No. When they told me that they were going to let me go, I said, okay.
All right.
I don't want to be there.
So now that you're at home, do you like it being at home, or do you not really like being at home?
I like it because I'm home with my kids now. What I don't like is that I need to make more moolah,
You got to make more money?
Yeah, more money. The cash is kind of short here. I have to help my husband.
Okay. Now, let me give you pause on this training. I just went over the letter O, which is occupation. I like to jump in with occupation because I think family is something that I do second. Family is an area that I touch afterwards. So on pause. So you said that you're at home. You got how many kids?
2.
2 kids. All right. You married?
Yes.
Oh, married. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. So how long you been married?
Like for 15 years.
15 years. Wow.
I know, right?
You're really committed.
Hey, yeah. I got,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, pause. So we talked about family. I don't go any further. I just want to find out if they got a kid or not, if they're married, and just find a commonality there. And then we move into recreation. So on pause. So what do you like to do for fun with your family?
I like to go to the park.
Yeah, to the park?
Yeah, take the kids to the park.
What do you guys do at the park?
We run or barbecue.
Oh, you run? Oh, yeah, barbecue. There's some areas to barbecue.
There's a playground and the kids like to play there. Sometimes we go to the beach.
How often do you get to do that?
Maybe once a week. That depends on the weather.
Depending on the weather.
Yeah.
So you you good. How about your husband? Do you get a lot of time with your husband?
Man, that guy, he works like a dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a slave.
Oh man.
They sucking him up.
They're sucking him up. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So you get time with your kids, but not with your husband?
Not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to change?
Oh yeah, I want that guy to take me on a date, vacation, or something.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice. All
Tell
right.
me about it.
So let's pause here. So we've gone over occupation, family, and recreation, right? So you hit the FORM so far. Now, if you didn't notice, what I was looking for, what I was doing form, I was looking for a need that my friend over here just revealed to me, that she doesn't really have time to be with her husband because he works like a dog, and they're sucking him out they're stringing him out at work. So she hardly sees him. She hardly has time to see him. So she's at home, and you think to yourself, man, she could really use this opportunity. But I want you to not make the mistake that a lot of people do, and it's jump right into selling the opportunity of Beachbody. Please, I want you to put duct tape in your mouth or on your mouth. Put duct tape on your mouth, and do not start talking about your opportunity right there. Because I know right now the majority would be itching to just jump right on this. And here's the next step, which is M for message. All right. So we go on pause. Hey, listen, I couldn't help but notice that you told me that at home, you don't really get any much, you don't get an opportunity to make money. And your husband is working long hours, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sure that is something that you may want to change in your life.
Yes, definitely.
Look, I don't know if you have the kind of qualities that me and my partners are looking for, but I'm going to be getting together with them this Saturday. If I get together with them this Saturday, would you mind if I call you?
No, not at all. Yeah, you just call me.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is grab your current information, and let me see. Let me get your cell phone number and your email. Sure. So here you go. You give it to me, and that's on pause. This is pause right here. So that's the end right there. And what you do with your message is that you regurgitate the needs that you found while using form. So the needs were that she needs to make money, and that husband is working too much, so that she wants to make a change to that point of her life. So right there, you say, I don't know if you have the kind of qualities that me and my partners are looking for. All right. Some people may say, what is it about? And all you got to do is say, listen, I'm on the run. I got to run. But would you like me to call you if I get together with them? Okay. So that person can give you their number, give you their contact, and is really open so that next time that you talk to them, they're ready to actually go to work with you. So next time I call her, she's really going to be open to meeting up, because the whole point of me calling her, as I said before, is to meet up with my colleagues. So that's a way for you to use form. Now, some people use the script when it comes to a Danny Johnson script, or we can use the 5-step invitation process. The 5-step invitation process is what we mostly use in Beachbody. Now, some people use form in step 2. I like to use form before I start. Before I even start to step 1. That's what I do. So that's a recommendation, but this is the way that we're going to share it with you. And I hope that you got value from this and you paid attention. What you need to do is rewrite everything as you hear this call again. That's right. Everybody in here that's listening to my voice will listen to this call again, because you probably missed something as you were taking notes. So listen to it again. All the techniques are there. All you got to do is write them down. So moving on to number 6.
Thank you. That was good, babe. All right. So number 6 is not being aware of what step of the invitation process you are in. We are talking about form. We're talking about the 5 steps invite. And a lot of us, sometimes we get messages from people who sees you, getting healthy, working out, exercising, and they message you, and you have no idea in what step of the process that person is, because sometimes they message you and they tell you, you know what, I want to lose 30 pounds. I'm a mom of 2. I'm depressed. Whatever the case may be, they tell you. So at that point, you have to know, okay, so which step of the process I am in. Why? Because if somebody is already talking to you in step 2, but you haven't sent them step 1, neither step 2, then what are you going to do at that point? Are you going to be on step 2? She's ready to continue to do step 3. So you have to pay attention and to know and get very familiar with the 5 steps invitation process, so that you don't get stuck and the person will be like, why is she asking me? Because I already told her that I want to lose 30 pounds and I feel depressed. Why is she asking the same questions? So you get to save yourself time and also continue keeping your prospect engaged. Right, babe?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. So when it comes to this step right here, not being aware where you are, simplify it. To simplify this, that has to do with if somebody just gives you an inbox that they really want to connect with you about fitness or coaching, you are already on step 2 automatically. They just skip step 1 and jump into step 2. Now, I don't want you to spend too much time on step 2, which is the forming or getting to know that person. Don't spend that much time, because people just get lost in there. I want you to be direct and ready to find out why this person wants this. And it's normally not, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to lose 30 pounds is a want, is not a need. All right. You got to get deeper. And one question I like to ask in step 2 is, why is losing 30 pounds important to you? Now that will probably bring out something deeper for that person, and the real why is revealed. But finding out where you are in the step of the process, finding out if somebody's serious, when do you show the video, you got to get familiar with doing this. And the only way you're going to get familiar is by doing this. And doing it every single day. There's habits that we form here in this business, and it has to do with you doing these steps every single day. Consistency.
Correct. So number 7, moving on, not sharing enough of valuable content. And what I mean by that is giving back and not expecting to receive anything. As coaches, we are responsible to share our journey, our life, not to share drama out there and things that people are not people business. We're here to share what this lifestyle is doing to us. So one day, just make a video of yourself working out, a video of yourself cooking something. I'm gonna give you this little testimony. For the past 3 weeks, I have been able to find myself through doing the color code. We mentioned that this weekend. Also, about the gems with Danny Johnson. So I've been able to read more about my personality. And I was able to connect more with people. I was able to bring myself to them and give them more valuable content, and able to listen to their needs so that I can give them back more. And if they need, for an example, I made a video that making green tea to control your anxiety. And making green tea, put some lime and strawberries in there and drink it. You know how many likes and conversations I got from people? It was crazy. Just making the little thing, and they felt that I gave them something with value.
Yeah. To expand on that, what she means is really that you have to listen to your audience. You have to listen to the people that you have in your network. It may not be just the people on Facebook. It could be your family. It could be your friends. They see you as someone that is into fitness, and they see you as somebody that they may look at as an authority in fitness. So you got to listen to the things that they commonly ask you for. So if somebody's asking you consistently, how did you get your midsection to look that way? Well, that's something that you got to listen to and say, you know what? I'm probably going to be heard more if I consistently give tips on how to get the midsection down. So this is what we mean by giving value out there. You give the value that people are asking for. So by you putting out just product and product this and 21 Day Fix that and Insanity Max 30 this, and that's nothing to people. People just scroll right by that. They don't click on links. Stop putting links out there. You don't do that. What you want to do is you want to give out good information that they can use on a daily basis. So if somebody reads your post, think of yourself, step back for a moment and think, would this person share my post? You have to write content in your Facebook that pertains to the people that you have as friends. If you're going to talk in a social setting, talk to them for something that they're asking for. And that way they feel valued because you're listening. And if they feel heard, now they're really going to engage with you and they're going to talk to you. But what that person needs to hear is that you care. They will not do anything with you, getting business with you or nothing until they know you care.
Yeah. And one book that I recommend that we always mention is the Jab, 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 Right Hook.
Yes.
You have to read that book. Right hook. You have to start applying it. That's it. So moving on to number 8, not scheduling an invite power hour. You know, we have certain times of the day where people are more engaged in social media. And I know a lot of us still working in a 9-to-5 job, or some of us are working longer hours. And sometimes you feel like I don't have enough time to work my business. To be honest with you, you do have the time. You do have the time. When I was working at the bank before I fired my boss, I was working from 9 to 5, sometimes to all the way till 6. I used to come home, do homework with my kids and spend time with them. Then around 9, 10, 11, sometimes up to 2 o'clock in the morning, I was working my business. Why? Because I wanted to come home. So I found the time. And I dedicated the time because my why was bigger than what Mickey mentioned this Saturday, which I'm not going to mention that. But my why was huge. So I always make sure that I was on schedule every single day after coming home from work to do my follow-up, my invites, and posting and getting ready what was going on for the next day. And also participating in my challenge groups. So pick the time of the day and make sure that we have 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then pick time, from 8 to 11, 12, people are on their phone checking everything. So take that time, get that time, the specific hour of the day that you can dedicate an hour at least or 2 hours to invite, and stay there. And stay there until you see people responding to you so that you can get into a conversation so that they can get to know you more. And also going back and forth. The first 15 minutes when you post any content, you stay there. Because if they liked it or if they comment on that picture and on that photo or video that you posted, and you do have a call to action, you want to stay there because you want to have that conversation so that people can start trusting you.
Yes. So to tell you my version, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people may get their behind hurt right now, but I'm going to tell you, if you're watching TV from 7 to 10 at night or something like that, you're watching an income reducer. All right. I want you to turn that TV off and work your business. All right. I know a lot of people, we're most of us Hispanics, And if you're watching novelas, you're wasting your time. I'm just being straight up. Right now, you got to get serious on working your business. If you're new to this business, it may be a little rough to hear that, but I'm going to tell you this. If you really want to waste time being a coach, then that's what you do. You watch TV. That is a time waster. Don't do that. I'd rather you read a book that is personal development or something to engage a person, to talk to them online. So schedule your time. If you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Not only that, baby, if they don't want to take their kids to vacation, then go ahead and watch TV.
Yeah, you can go ahead and waste time watching TV.
All right, so number 9, not being yourself when contacting people. I know that when you are a brand new coach, or even a coach that been around for a while, you tend to deviate. You tend to start acting like other coaches instead of putting your own salsa out there, your own sauce, your own flavor, your own Ivy, in my case. So people will not connect with you. And you're going to attract people that you are not. You want to attract people who you are. So it is very important that you connect with you and know who you are. And that's why I mentioned the color code earlier, because without knowing who you are, you will not know who are you going to attract. And the more you know you, the better you will be able to let people know who you are so that they can come to you and that they can feel open and trusted, and that they do want to do business with you, and that they do want to be part of your challenge group, and that they feel like, okay, I can trust that girl. I can trust that guy because he's being himself all the time. When I see his videos, when I see his pictures, when I see his family or her kids, that's her. And then when I meet her in person, it's like, wow, she's even better. So find something so that you can find you. And that's why I recommend to do the color code.
You can do the color code or do the GEM system by the Danny Johnson. Either way, you're going to find out how to connect with people and how to find out what your personality is. And maybe you've been living in the dark. Maybe you've been forced to be somebody that you're not. But like she said, don't copy somebody else because you see that they're successful. Their success is based on who they are. So you cannot act like them. So the best person you can be is you.
All right. And last but not least is number 10. And without this one, you will definitely not be able to do everything that we have shared with you tonight. And it's the biggest mistake that a lot of coaches make is not investing in personal development. That's where the secret is.
Yeah.
Personal growth is what helps you to grow your business, to grow your community, your family, and everybody else that is around you, and your team.
That's right. I have a saying, and it comes from one of those teachings at these seminars that we go. And I know Danny Johnson says this a lot, but your income will follow your personal growth. So if there's little personal growth, personal development, you will have a small paycheck. The more you grow in personal development, the higher the paycheck. Okay? Look at it like this. If you embarked in a career, professional career, let's just say that you became a doctor and you did everything you had to do for those 8 years, but you're just straight up medicine doctor. Unless you go back to school and do a specialty, let's just say it's surgery, then guess what? You're not going to get paid like a surgeon. So just like that, in this business, if you do not look into personal development, meaning getting your education up to par, to become a professional in this here as a coach, you have to really look into your education, invest in yourself. If you do not invest, you are planning to fail. All right. People will follow personal growth. People will follow you because let me give you an example. If you were the same person and you were split into two, and one at the, let's say in a 12-month process, read 12 books that are nice for leadership and you know, how to be a professional in this field and human communications and personal relations. And then the other one didn't read one book because their excuse is that they don't have time, because they'd rather watch a novela than read a book that will help them. So at the end of a 12-month period, where do you think that person will be? Think about it. You will be in a better place if you read one book a month. And the recommendations that we gave in so far is jab, 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 right hook. And the color code to find out who you are. The GEMS mastery system. How to win friends and influence people is another one. The compound effect. And the GoPro book. These are things that you should have as basic books in your arsenal. And if you don't have them, get in touch with your upline coach so that they can guide you on how to get these books. But you got to invest. So let's wrap it all up.
Well, just to finalize it, guys, it's all about simplifying the process and using the system that has been put in place by the top coaches of this company, who have been able to get results over and over again. So why make it difficult for us? Repetition and consistency will help you overcome any weakness that you may have and deficiency. So I highly recommend to just stay coachable, do what you gotta do, follow the steps, and you will be successful.
That's right. You hit it right in the nail. I don't have to say anything else.
All right. So that's all for tonight.
And
thank you for listening to us.
That's where we're going to end right here. But I want to open it up for everybody else to ask questions.
Well, before I go ahead and open it up, Carlos, I have to tell you that this is deeper than insanity. Really it was deeper than insanity. It is much deeper than, you know, just the invite. I love how you went deeper into the forming process, because that right there is key. That right there is the part where most coaches want to skip. And because it's being skipped, it's why they are struggling. This is a relationship business. And we need to identify our clients, our prospects, people why. It's not just about losing the 10%. That's important to you. Hit them with an open-ended question so they can open up and tell you why it's important to them. Because once we know why it's important to them, we can grab onto that why and drive it all the way to the finish line. So
that's right.
Great stuff. Yeah. So guys, thank you, the Moraleses who are extending themselves, and they're open. If you guys have any questions, please press 5* on your keypad, and I'll open up your line. While I go look at that, Sally, if you want to share any thoughts, while I take a look at to see if anybody has thoughts.
I'll just remind everyone to make sure they got their tickets for Super Saturday. They're actually selling out really quickly after the video from the guys in Texas, and because of the cool giveaway we had going on a week ago. So guys, get your tickets before they sell out, because they have sold out in the past. That's all I have to say. And thank you again, Carlos and Ivy. You guys are super cute and funny. This is a call I will share with every coach that signs up, because I thought it was very informative and fun and exciting to hear you guys make it all come to life.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll just grab a couple of questions, because I have to hop on a diamond call in about 5 minutes. But let me open up the line first. Cynthia Flores. Cynthia, your line is open, dear.
Thank you, Mickey.
I'm going to take this.
Hi, Ivy. Hi, Carlos. Sorry, I'm notorious for pressing my buttons to ask questions, so I'll fire away real quick.
All right.
One thing I've come into contact with is I have been using the 5-step invite process. The problem that I've had is with new people, for instance, I don't get an answer back right away. The hi, how are you isn't me. That's not my personality. I get people that know me already you know, to say, oh, hey, hi, how are you doing, or something to a friend that's known me for a long time, they see that out of my character. Because I'm not one to engage conversation. I'm one to never have people come to talk to me. So with new people, when they don't know me and I put my foot out there, I get a response back from them, but then I get it, it's really like short. If I say, hi, you know, how are you doing today? Fine. Okay, fine. Oh, I saw you posted this, that, or the other on your Facebook page. Yeah, I did. And then I try to engage them more by saying, oh, you know, I really like that video you shared. I even shared it on my wall. I thought it was awesome. They write back, cool. And it's, you know, it's really like one-word answers. And those are the new people. And then if I do get them to the point where they tell me they have a need and I readdress it, then it's like, well, I don't have the money. So it doesn't matter what my need is. Right now, I just don't have the money. So that's the new people. And then the people I already have in my warm market, I made the horrible mistake last year of just bombarding everybody in my warm market when I started as a coach last year. And then I left the business for about 9 months. So my warm market is kind of like bridges burned, if you can say. So I really can't initiate a new conversation with them for the simple fact that they already see it coming from like a mile away. Even if I'm just trying to say, hey, what's up, how you been? They're like, yeah, I know you're doing your coaching thing again. I don't want in on it. Just FYI before we even start talking. So I really burn those bridges.
I am so glad you're asking this question. It's a great question, and I'm sure a lot of people on the call have this. And here's the point of you really engaging as an entrepreneur, as a business person. When you're talking to somebody and you're engaging to somebody on social media, that may be out of character. The hi, how you doing? Got it. But to a stranger, that might not be. And if they say, here, I'm fine, your follow-up is, so where you from? And how long have you lived here? And how long has it, you know, do you work at a certain place if you see them check in at a certain place? So try to engage of what their activity is first. Complimenting on videos and photos and all of that, that's what you're going to get back. And if you're getting that kind of answer back, I want you to listen to what they mean. All right. So when somebody is talking and they're talking back without any meaning, I want you to listen to language. And this is training for everybody. I want you to listen to the meaning of the language. When you hear somebody say, yeah, I don't know, cool, these are non-engagement responses. And guess what? That means that person has checked out already out of the conversation. And I want you to be very intuitive towards this type of communication, because if they're hitting you back with that type of language, you don't even want to engage with them. You're going to waste your time.
Well, I used to be a really negative person, and Nikki can attest to that. And my coaches, some of my coaches on the call, they can too. Very negative, very confrontational, very, I had a wall up. I was a chola growing up. So it's things for us to attract who we were so that we can have the coaches that we want to have on our team now. So I'm trying to attract who I was, but who I was a very negative person. So when I'm approaching these people, I can relate to where they're coming from because I used to be there. But now that I'm on like this side of the line, you know.
Okay.
My eyes are open.
Yeah.
I can see where they're gonna go, but I can't get them to cross with me.
Right. Here's what I'm going to recommend to you. And sorry to cut you off, but what I recommend to you is for you to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself. I would recommend that you attend the next First Steps to Success, because what I see is that there's a lot of personal growth that has to happen in order for you to start attracting the kind of people that you want in the business and to know how to engage them. So right now, I see that you have to invest more money, and I'm talking about money, time into your personal development.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to do whatever it takes to go at this time.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. All right, so let me just see if there's any other calls. Questions. But the feedback we're getting on the wall, Carlos and Ivy, is just amazing. Everybody wants to play back already. So when that's done with the call, they want to play back.
Awesome.
All right, I don't see any other questions on here. But guys, thank you so much for staying on the call. I love that we had close to 100 people on the call today, and that remained on the call all the way to the end. So I know everybody was taking notes, and everybody's going to go back and re-listen to this amazing, amazing training call. So Ivy and Carlos, thank you once again for just being amazing leaders, for saying yes to the call tonight, and just sharing your knowledge. Truly, deeply appreciated.
It's been an honor.
So thank you so much. All right, and I will see the two of you in Cancun.
Yay!
Yeah, see you there.
Woo!